Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be going over my portfolio review. We're really going to be looking at pretty much Robinhood and my dividends today. I made a lot of investments this month, some that panned out pretty well and then some that did not pan out well at all. So it's going to be a pretty exciting video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and start with my Iron Condor here. So the video you guys see on the screen is actually me closing out of this Iron Condor. So you can see my high end of this Iron Condor was $428. I made $108 on the premiums for it. Unfortunately, the S&P 500 blew way past that at over $437. And so the day before it ended up expiring, I decided to close it, cut my losses, and move on. So this ended up being a $286 loss, which is very painful, but we're going to keep doing with that strategy because it's supposed to have an 80% success rate, and we'll see where that takes us in the future. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take a look at some of my profits for this month. So we can see with ticker symbol ACLS, I bought it for $126.07 and sold it for $160.53, and that brought me a $34.46 profit. We can see that with Powell Industries, I got a dividend of $1.05 from them, just from owning the stock. Now, I do not consider this stock as part of my dividend portfolio, mainly because I plan on selling it in the short term. So that's why it's kind of here and not as part of my dividend, so I just took this as earnings from it. And then if we move on, we can see that with Uber, I bought it for $189.34 and sold it for $212.20. And so that brought me a profit of $22.86. And then again with Add More Shipping, we can see that I got paid $3.50 in dividends from them. Again, don't consider them as part of my dividend portfolio because I plan on selling them in the near future. So that got me a profit of $3.50. And then you can see that with my Acorns right here, I got $9 in dividends this month. Now, I did have to take $400 out of my Acorns account to cover the collateral of the Iron Condor that I lost. So unfortunately, it's going to have to grow back up, but I'm going to continue investing into it as I make money. So it's not a huge deal. Okay, and then moving on to my div tracker here, we can see we're making a monthly total of $14.13. And then if we take a look at June, we made $10.91 with $1.48 from JEPI, 82 cents from Dow Jones Industrial Average, $3.62 from Realty Income, $3.37 from SCHD, and $1.62 from KHC. So really good month as far as dividends go. Of course, those all got reinvested back into it. Really, Medical Properties Trust is the only one that I do not have drip enabled for. And I did pick up some more shares of Realty Income. That's kind of why I clicked on it there. We can see that in 20 years, this could be worth $23,000. So we're just going to keep holding on to them, keep reinvesting, and see where it takes us. Okay, so if we crunch the numbers here, we can get a total, and so we actually ended up losing $204.22 this month, mainly coming from that Iron Condor, right? So that Iron Condor lost us a lot of money, but you know what? That's just kind of how the stock market goes, right? You know, the Iron Condor strategy I use has an 80% success rate. I just so happened to get unlucky in this 20%. I didn't really predict that the S&P 500 was going to shoot out of the roof, out of that $428 strike price that I had. But it really did because of the AI stocks kind of carrying the S&P 500, along with some pretty decent economic reports. So I couldn't have predicted that. You know, it happens. If the economy would have stayed, relatively the same, it would have been a $108 profit for us, more than likely. So, but that's okay. We learn. We're going to take that knowledge and invest in the future into some Iron Condors and hopefully make some money out of them, right? I plan on taking that money and reinvesting it into my dividend portfolios. That's kind of the idea of the Iron Condor strategy that I'm using, so I don't have to always put money from my paycheck into my dividend stocks, right? So just another idea for passive income, but this month it was kind of a passive loss that we took. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, so you can stay tuned on new episodes that come out. And I will see you guys in the next video.